There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. I'm finishing up my little morning smoothie. Best smoothie ever. I have dragon fruit, oatmeal, spinach. Dang, I can't think of it. One more thing, I can't think of it. But it was a good smoothie. It was a good smoothie. Hold on, y'all. It's dark in here. Let me get it together. Hold on. The internet, Lord, is going down. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. The internet ain't, I don't know. Y'all, listen. I took my dog to the vet, and I ain't seen her collar ever since. Crazy work, right? You have to excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to get it together. Ain't nothing working. It ain't working. Come on now, no, I'm hooked to the thing. There we go. There we go. There's light in here, and then there was light. Hey, hon. Hey, Golden. Hey, Golden Signatures. How are you? Good morning, precious, 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 precious one. We woke up today, girl. Another day just to do whatever we gonna do. It ain't even gotta be nothing specific. We woke up today. Let's start there. Regardless what age we are, I don't think we realize life does it so many different ways. And life has. And right now we're here, we're smiling. Even if you're sad at this moment, whatever it is, just gonna be a couple minutes just to shake it off. Dang. Listen, I don't know what. It's because my Bluetooth is hooked up. That's what's wrong, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm back. When I have the Bluetooth on my little ring light turned on, it just messes up the whole video, y'all. I'm sorry. Lord, no, God. See how life work out? Thank you, Golden Signatures. I hate that. Gosh darn it. My internet is not no good. I'm going to have to restart the video. Uh, Let me see if I can get anybody back in here. If not, I'll just have to restart. Gosh darn it. That is crazy work. Sometimes it works. The majority of the time it does. Good morning, Shawnee. I'm sorry, I was having a technical ditch. Technical glitch. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. We woke up today. So, anyways, let's talk about the West Indy thing. Well, first of all, does anybody have anything they would like to say on the West Indy thing? I don't always have to be the only one to talk. Life ain't it ain't I ain't got the I love to hear other people's input. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Check me. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear other people, what they think about things, or maybe you have a cousin that acts like that, or maybe you got a sister that crashes out and don't do right. Just whatever it is. Hey, Gray. Hey, hon. I said you tried to warn her. Oh, I'm sorry, and thank you, Golden Signatures. I was having technical difficulty. The ring light, the Bluetooth, whatever. Thank you. Um, I did warn her, and this is what's crazy. Okay, so let me tell you how I feel about the West Indies thing. Just like I do videos on anybody, if I do pick, now the reason I picked West Indy was a little bit different than the other people I've picked. I picked West Indy because she was just in the circle of what my people watched. I knew years ago she was going to be a crash out. One of the popular crash outs. People just had to catch wind of her. People just had to actually sit down and watch. Because her content itself was boring, but she was always a crash out. I knew it was a matter of time before people picked up on the crash out she was. Versus such a child. She's obsessed with reactors now. She barely She already begging for November's rent. She been begging. But now this is the thing, okay? This is the thing. Marissa is mad because what people are saying about her. But like I said, when I pick out somebody I'm gonna do a video on, I pick them out for a reason. But I myself, even with this young lady, I've given her the game from day one. I've done nothing but repeat what she has said or things she has showed me with her eyes from day one. Hey, Lenny. Not things that I have made up. Now, of course, I threw in my own personal, I wouldn't do that or whatever. But as you guys know, I'm a fair granny, okay? This is why I'm a fair woman. I just happen to be somebody's granny. But if I'm going to do commentary, I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to, I will always give you my personal opinion. I will always give you my personal thought. But every last thing I say is something that came directly out of your mouth. So I watch your videos and take notes. So that way, it's kind of like a script. So when I get on here, it's not because of obsession or anything like that. See, a lot of people, what they do, they show clips of you, or I ain't got time to edit no videos, sis. I'm just gonna run it right off the mouth. I got a strong enough mouth game where I can just sit in front of the camera off some notes and run it. So, and listen, to each his own, and I love the ones, and the ones that do take the time to actually show you, that's even more proof. So the people that rock with me are the kind of the people that have seen your videos and know who you are and stuff like that. It takes all of us to do. That's what makes you want to call it a sector. That's what makes a sector interesting. That's what makes a subject interesting. Is you'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different people talking about the same person, and they're all delivering in a different way, bringing a different tone, a different mood, a different energy, a different delivery, a different and that's what makes it fun. But what is so crazy when you have, let's say, we'll just say there's 7 people. When you have 7 people talking about you and they're all saying the same thing, and they're only going by what you said and what you shown, ma'am, you become part of the problem. So it's like you get mad because we're doing commentary on you. This young lady wants to be a social media figure, so public figure. So okay, anytime you're on social media, you become a public figure. I am a public figure. People think you have to have this massive number count and followers. When you get on social media and you display yourself in a public way, you then become public yourself. So it's like you got on here, you knew what time it was, you know the image you were portraying. I'm begging for money, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but then you get mad. It's like somebody left a comment under her last video. Did y'all read that? This is what it comes down to. Marissa thinks like she owns the internet, she owns our thoughts, she owns our this, she just owns everything. Like she says what she says, and the world better not say nothing, and you better agree with me. Will's the same way. You better agree with me. It's my way, it's not your way. I know what I'm talking about. You're stupid, you're a hater, you're jealous. Nobody's giving you the truth. Nobody's giving you, and this one, she makes it seem like nobody. They're making lies up about me. Marissa, thank God for the people that do make the videos and show her like her actual videos, because those that don't know, you reference from those videos. If you don't believe what Granny's saying, you go to the channels to actually show the clips or show pieces of her commentary, because then you'll see what we're all saying the same thing. Exactly. Everyone is saying and highlighting the same stuff, the stuff she puts out. We're just delivering it different. So if Miss Allen, I love Miss Allie's content. I'll be over there giggling and sitting on satellites. Shout out from Granny. I love anybody and everybody in general. I don't even dislike Marissa, but what I do dislike is she does not conduct herself as a woman. If you want to be a mother, And it's not about being the best mother. It's not about being the best woman. It's not about being. But when you don't take the initiative, like shame on you, because them are your children, your family. That's your face. You were okay with being known as a beggar. You were okay with being known for laying up with Marcus. You're okay for being known you did court. See, everything we know is because you told it. Not because we're peeking through your windows. Not because we're, it ain't even that serious. Cause all we gotta do is wait. You come out here and tell it, and you've told it over and over and shout out to Miss Allie and sitting on satellites. Because once again, if you don't believe Granny's words, you can go to their pages and they're gonna show you the same everything I'm saying. It's in their videos. So once again, everybody just woke up and they're picking on West Indy. Now she has a problem. I recall her telling Marcus during one of the update interviews that she didn't care what people thought about her. No, she don't care. Hey, Mac. Yeah, I should have went and got my laptop. My laptop is in the front part of the house. So that way I could just be reading comments and all that other stuff. I was too lazy to walk up there. Y'all, that's why I didn't have game night the other night, because my laptop. So let me tell you, I ordered a charger. Charger came. Remember, I'm like, yeah, game night for sure. 7 a.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. Child, one of my children stole my whole brand new charger in the box, and took the whole thing. It could have been one of the grandchildren. Now, listen, all I know is I sat on the couch, came back, it was gone. That's why Granny will be changing the locks. Now I'm up there having to share with my sister. She worked from home. And even though she got 1,000 computers and laptops and whatever it is, nobody touches her electronics. It's plugins. That's why I don't even like to be up there. Everything is like, she's a gadget nerd. So even the plug sockets are complicated. That's all I'm saying. It's just crazy work. Trying to get into grandma. You ain't trying to get into grandma. Hey, dang, I hate I ain't got I can't be up trying to read no comments. But back to West Indy though. She had, and this is what I used to, when I do videos on anybody. A lot of things you'll hear me say repeatedly, because kind of the rules are the same for all of us, okay? Social media is the one place where you can fake who you are. The one place. And you can get away with it if you do it right. People do it every single day. West Indy had every option on who she was going to display herself as and what woman she was going to be when she came on here. She chose to be the woman she is. And now she's just, that the world ain't agreeing with her. And just like Will said something one day and it's always stuck with me. He was so proud. Because, Will's in the homeless shelter and stuff like that. And he was like, so you don't know anybody? I bet you don't know anybody. I guess because he went from homeless shelter to condo. And he was telling us, I don't remember his exact wording, but it was something to the effect of, we don't know anybody that did anything like that. That he was the first person that was here and went here on life. And it just goes to show that it takes very little to make them think they're doing. They get a little tip of something, and they think they're here. Okay, now this is something that I'll get back to that. When you talk about her, you got to jump around and make it make sense. Here's a mother pregnant on her third child. In reality, she doesn't want to work. She doesn't want to do this. She doesn't want to do that. I got to jump around and tell the story because once again, it's different when you show. Now, this is one thing. When you edit your videos, you ain't got to go through all this. When you post clips, you ain't got to go through all this. But when you're doing wordplay, you got to jump through scenes and it takes 1,000 words. You look like my type of, if you were 20 years younger. Will is a joke. You all over the place, ain't you? Well, in order to tell the story, baby, you do have to go. I just explained that. Anyways, so, dang, what was I saying? It was a good point. I can jump back in anywhere. I like when people talking about their history things, everybody got the same story. I like when people talking about the history things. Who got the same story? Yeah, you got to create the scene. I'm trying to give y'all a visual. I gotta, I want you to visualize what I'm talking about. Because a lot of us haven't seen the videos. A lot of us don't know the story. So it's like, listen, giving commentary just sitting in front of a camera, it hits different. Because you have to, my mouth be dry, I'm stressed out, I don't like it here. I got a million things I could be doing, but here I am trying to do this. Try to just be, yeah, so this ain't for everyone. You got to start from the beginning for me. Alright, so, do I have to? I don't wanna. Make sure they don't kick you out. Block your phones. I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is sad. I mean, I don't even, sometimes you're just like, oh, no. The whole thing is just, it's sad because here's the reality. Let me start here to make it make sense. Here's a woman that has 2 children, pregnant on her 3rd. The reality of life is you don't have life figured out. Now, there's a lot of 30-year-olds that do not have life figured out. Now, once again, this is me being a fair grandma. Nice art behind you. I love the movies. These are movie tins. These are tins. It's not a poster. Those are individual tins. I got like 500-600 of them. When everybody knows my real name and mission, they're going to be sorry. Okay, I don't know why they're gonna be sorry, but okay. But anyways, that's too invested. That's, I don't know. I don't know, hon. I think sometimes we gotta remember the internet is the internet, and that's it. I don't know. Who's lying, hon? I don't understand. Who's lying? Crazy. Were you sitting lotus style or crisscross? Crisscross. If anybody wonders why I sit like this all the time, I have been in nothing but dance classes, gymnastics, ballet, whatever it is. So, majority of the time, we are on somebody's floor. I don't know if you realize this. So when we sit, this is how we sit. Well, actually, no, this ain't how we sit. We sit like this with our knees bucked way back here. That's how we sit. So for me, this is a comfort zone. This is how I've spent the majority of my life sitting. So I don't know. I do split, straddle, stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people, you know what, that's funny because a lot of people always say, why are you sitting like that? Close your legs. I'm like, you know how many dance floors I sat on when we were like this, watching our instructor or watching the other children or taking our lessons or are in between. I'm like, they never show women to sit like that. Well, I think you better go research exercise and dance classes, and you'll see, you'll see children like this all the time. I don't know what you're talking about, even adults. I don't okay, I don't know. My mother was a dancer, modern dance, ballet. I always say I want to get another pair of point shoes. I got a pair of point shoes, but I don't. They're so broke down, I couldn't do anything with them. Not even to pretend to show y'all nothing. So I don't know. I don't know. Because then I'm just going to buy this pair of point shoes that I'm only going to wear one time for one YouTube video. So I don't know. Can you actually sit crisscross? Um, Honey bun, you can go to my shorts. I just had a baby, but I'm actually a very physical woman. I'm just on downtime. I'm over 50. I'm actually very, very fit, and my body bends in ways that not many people over 50's body bends like. I don't know how else to say it. But you know what? Even though I've been in all those dance classes, we're going to get back to West Indy, but even though I've been in all those dance classes, my favorite sport, you guys, don't judge me, was skating and BMX riding. Out of all the dance classes and all the everything, four-wheel riding, I was more into that stuff. I had a Mongoose racing bike. That was my favorite brand, a Mongoose racing bike. And I competed against all boys. And then when I was on the speed skate team, I was on the boys team. So, yeah. Chucky, you see it? Yep, that's Chucky. I put them up there because I wanted to see what they would look like how many could I fit, because I just started buying them, and I was buying like 13 at a time. Then it turned into like 20 at a time, then 35 at a time, and I'm telling you, I have like somewhere between 5 and 600. Maybe it could even be a little bit more over 600. But I put these up here just to see like how many I could fit on a wall. And so the plan for these, I'm trying to urge my daughter to buy a house, and I'm going to do her a movie room. And I'm going to have these movie tins all over every part of the wall. There's going to be no bare wall showing. So these were just some of my faves. And these ones were like $10 a piece. Like $9.99, $10.99 a piece, maybe somewhere a little bit more. And I lost the plastic, the packaging. These didn't come in a box. These came in like a envelope type thing. So in my mind, I like make excuses. So I'm like, oh, it's not packaged right. Oh, I just can't leave it there. So I'm like, oh, let me put it on the wall and see how it looks. I made an excuse to do this. I'm like, let me see how many I can fit on the wall. I'm a bunch of different things. Yes, now I'm a collector. This was not supposed to... It wasn't supposed to end like that. But you know what? I like them. I think they're cool. And the fact that they're made out of tin, that's even cooler. But I don't know. I just wish my daughter would hurry up. I got like plans. They're gonna go from ceiling to floor. I'm gonna have like lights installed on the top, lights installed on the bottom. I'm getting theater curtains. I'm getting actual theater chairs. Child, I got it all planned out. My daughter's playing with me. Don't she know I'm finna hook her up? Oh, she makes me so sick. I do. I have a major plan on what I'm gonna do when she gets a house. Like, she ain't gonna need to redecorate. I'll be in heaven, and you'll just have to upgrade your furniture. I'm gonna give you amenities around your house. Like, I'm gonna make it where if her and her children, it's a family house, where you're gonna have everything you need there. Everything. Oh, popcorn popper. Oh, that's nothing. I'm talking about full blown. Yes. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Wait till you see what I'm going to do to the yard. I'm going to have that thing like a tropical. Every banana plant, pineapple plant. That's why I'm growing. I'm hanging on to these couple plants now, because they're such good stock that when she buys that house, I'm putting those bad boys right in there. I ain't got to go buy no plants. I got dragon fruit plants. Every plant she needs. She going to have a tropical backyard. Just know. I got it all planned out. She's just playing with me. If you're watching, buy that house and mommy can hook you up. I'm telling you, I got plans. I'm decorating every single room. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my one. Hey Albert. But anyway, so back to this West End indie thing. Does anybody have any opinions, any thoughts, anything? You want to come online and you want to display your behaviors, whatever it is. You kind of make it like fair game. It's no different than if you're outside at a store acting stupid, or at a restaurant acting stupid, and someone's recording you or people are watching you. If you're displaying yourself like that, don't think people aren't going to talk about you. I remember when I had a vision for my yard. Yes, Albert. Yeah, I'm not. I tell her nothing with no home association. No, and I think she needs something like out there in the country would be a little bit better for her. I wish there was just some way. My dad has so much properties. I wish there was just some way she would take one of those properties, but my children don't want to live there. And that's why I say sometimes that's why I don't worry about buying myself a house, because just because I buy myself a house don't mean my children want that house. And that house could become a burden to them and all that other stuff. Then they got to sell it or fix it to sell it and all that. I'd rather just help them buy a house and pay that bad boy off as much as we can to make sure that they have a family house that they can all use. They can all do whatever. I want a house with a mother-in-law suite and a house behind it. And listen, if I could buy duplexes, I will buy duplexes. If I could, condos, like if I can buy, I really want houses, but if I can buy like a lot of something, like lots, like square footage hooked together close, I wouldn't be scared to do it. I'm telling you, I would not. If there's a way I could buy 6 condos, which I know it would not be no cheap feet, nothing like that, but just a run of 6, that's the whole family. All you got to do is, are you crazy? That's the whole family. No, why would I be angry with you? Because you got to think, you want something where the family could be together. The thing is to buy something that you ain't got to, whatever you buy, you're going to have to put a lot of money into, but it has to make sense. If you're trying to have all multiple family members on one lot, all those family members have to have their own space, because they're going to have their own families, their own this, their own that. If you wanted something that's really going to stick around and be functional forever, it has to make sense. You just can't buy one big house and think you have 4 kids and everybody's going to live in that big house and they got their own families, and it would never work like that. You're on the same page with me. My plan is to help them purchase and live in the back. That's right. That's right. What happened? What happened? Indie displaying hours for her, like 8-hour live showing. She thinks she's a reality TV show. No, but that's what you do. I'm telling you. That's what makes sense. If you're going to make some type of financial move, okay, prime example. Prime example. My dad has all this property, all this land, okay? I'm going to give you one example of problems you run into when in these situations to show you why. Oh, Lord Jesus. So what my dad did, he had some land, and my father had a good heart, okay? And he had this one friend in this situation, and he was like, I got this land, I'm going to move him on this land. The man needed somewhere to stay immediately. Now, this is my father with health issues trying to look out for someone else. Just my mom used to be like, what the? But that's just how my dad worked. So he went and he threw a trailer out there. He's like, what's the fastest way I can get a home on this land? Because my father was going through the C word. We don't have time to build a home. I don't have finances to build a home, but my heart is so big. I'm going to put a home on my untouched land, one of my pieces of land for this man. Okay, that's all fine, good, whatever it is. Years went by. Now, over time, no matter how good that trailer is, trailers break down, this happens, this breaks, just whatever it is. But anytime you move a trailer, you take a chance of anything happening, no matter what condition it is. It is what it is. So, after my dad went to heaven, whatever it is, we're trying to move the trailer so we could sell the land. You know, in the process of that, the trailer completely broke in half. The trailer that wasn't even old. And not because the trailer was raggedy, or just because the people that were moving it. So now, it's going to cost more to fix this problem. Now you're trying to sell the land. Now you got to ask yourself, and now not only that, even though it's bare land, you still have to, just like a house, you have to upgrade or do certain things or do just things have to be done. So now you have to ask yourself, you got this piece of land. Do you want, just like a house, do you want to invest all this money into something? You just really need to get rid of it. It's just a lot going on. It's inconvenience. It's just because you got to remember, these assets are assets, right? But I want you to remember, everything has to be, there's taxes on everything. Even once you own things, you still have to pay taxes on everything. So for an elderly person sitting there paying taxes on a bunch of useless land and not calling it useless, but when you're that age, no, you're not out there. My father went to heaven, so what is my mother going to, who's she going to go build homes with? Like, whatever goal, you see what I'm saying? When my father went to heaven, that was his project, his, just to even put a foundation down alone, you're looking at like 30, and that's low end, that's a little foundation. 40, 50, that's what I'm saying. You got to take all this into consideration. So sometimes you just got to sell stuff. Like, so you would take you'd be like, you know what, you meet people about this land, and they're like, okay, just like a house, this is wrong, I'll give you this amount. Sometimes you take the pay cut to walk away. So anyways, to go back to what I was talking about. So that's why I just haven't bought myself no house, because then you'll run into that same situation. Here's this stuff, and a lot of times kids are just trying to hold on to your property because it's a memory, it was yours, it was this, it was that, but it just ends up, everything breaks down, gets old, requires money, whatever it is, and it just becomes a problem. So, as an adult, now, if you got money to buy yourself a home and buy all your kids a home, more power to you. But if you don't, I just think it makes more sense to focus on the children. I mean, she did 67. My family owned the entire block and built properties. We lived there and rented. That's right. And that's how you do it. I mean, it just, that's why you'll see I will always get something else I want you to remember. We will all one day get old. And we're going to have to live with our children. And that's going to be a hard thing for us to do. Because we're so used to being independent. That's why they created a mother-in-law suite, you guys. Because here you got an adult that doesn't want to be babysat, doesn't, if God permits that we all make it to the age where we're still mobile and, at whatever age. We don't want to be, we still want to feel like we're on our own, have our own privacy. So that's the point of a additional or a mother-in-law suite. So anytime you're living with family, you got to think, you guys are going to be sharing the same kitchen, not everybody wants to be in everybody's face, so you need different kitchen areas. I don't know. Y'all, my kids are stressing me out. I don't know. At this point, I'm like, just pick. I don't even care what it is. Just pick something. I'm getting old. I ain't got a lot of years of working left in me. What are we doing here? Are we just not gonna buy nothing? What are we doing? Because once I'm gone, I'm gone. So try to make this work. But anyways, back to our girl. So here's just another person. It's no different than my kids or this kids or this kids. We're back to West Indy. Here's another person that has displayed some type of behaviors that not everybody agrees with. Just like when we were young, okay? And people would check us and be like, hey, you look crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And we'd be all in our feelings like, man, they don't know what they're talking about. Oh, stuff like that. And the reality was, people around us was just giving us the game, and we just didn't want to hear it because we thought we knew everything. We was this, we was that. In all actuality, we should have been listening. So that's just like West Indies. She thinks she knows everything. Just like we thought we knew everything, West Indies knows everything. We are on the same page. Sell it and use them for money. That's right. That's right. Well, I have siblings. So I just, you guys, and my mother is with my siblings. You guys just do whatever. Do whatever, you sell whatever, you do whatever you need to do to take care of our mother. There's enough stuff. If you got to sell a land lot, if you got to sell a house, if you got to sell a piece of machinery, there's still machinery from when my father had his business. And them things alone are worth a lot of money. So you do whatever you got to do to take care of you and your mother. And whatever's left, it'll still all be left, and it'll generate through the kids, the family. But that's why I say my kids don't want it. There are first-time home buyer programs out there. Yep, there sure is. I just wish my daughter, like I tell her, oh, just pick a house. She makes it too complicated. But she kind of has the same philosophy as me. See, the thing with her, she don't know if this is where she wants to live at. And I'm like, I don't think this is where you should be buying a home at neither, but wherever you're going to go, like, I actually made the suggestion to her the other day. So listen, and I'm going to bring it back up to her. I'm going to call her today. What does she think if we were to go, because they really like that traveling. I don't like to travel too much, but her and my grandkids and my other kids and stuff, they like to travel. And I've been checking out monthly prices and stuff like that. And I think this would be a fair, fun deal. That's why I said I want to go. I just touched the corners with her. I didn't go deep into it. But if we're not gonna buy a home, okay, let's put our stuff in storage, and we can go live different places, like 3 months here or 6 months. Well, you can't do 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, and then little extra route, gone back, all that. I think that would be fun. You guys like to travel so much, why couldn't we do something like that? Why couldn't we? As long as the children, we can homeschool the children. You don't think? Because I don't think we would be anywhere long enough for the children to even. I mean, as long as you're by school. I mean, of course, now depending on the country, but you got to take certain tests, whatever it is. But there should all that could be handled. All that could be handled. But that would be fun, right? I don't know. We thought we knew almost everything West Indies know. Oh yeah, West Indies knew it all. She knows it all, just like we all know it all, and we all know. What? That's why I say, in the grand scheme of things, West Indy is not the first person, y'all, to feel any type of anything, or to do any of this, or it just might be the first that some of us heard of, or some of us seen firsthand. This is nothing. In all actuality, the stuff she's doing is absolutely nothing. It's really not a big deal in the grand scheme of whatever, but she's still not on her ish as a woman. So, and this is a crazy thing. She truly does have an innocence to her where you can tell that there's kind of something going on a little bit, and that's fine. There's fine to have things going on. But that's why my commentary only goes in a certain direction. It doesn't benefit me to go any other way. I'm a grown woman, giving life examples. So, to even go tit for tat with a child or anybody, don't think I can or won't hurt your feelings, but it don't even benefit me. But no, listen, back to what I was talking about. Since it is interesting to me, Golden, you don't think that would be kind of cool? Just to go live in different countries? All we really need is what we buy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think that would be kind of fun? Hey, Mississippi. You don't think that would be cool? I think that would be cool. Okay, listen, so if I can go somewhere else and get a decent big house for like 1,200 a month, that sounds like that me and the whole family can fit in. The food's cheaper. Like that, it just sounds, what? That just, I'm paying that for just back here. You can't tell her anything. That's why she doesn't want to be there with her mother. She would prefer to. Well, and you know what? And that's another thing. She's not the first kid to do that. We were all. I'm moving out. You. This is my thing about life. I know it's meant to be learned through making mistakes, but do we have to learn every last mistake? It's like, and we're all guilty of it, when we make mistakes, it's like we're not looking at the future. We're not looking 4 months from now. We're not looking 30 months from now. 30 months. We're not looking 10 years. Let me redo that. We're not looking 4 months from now. We're not looking 5 years from now. Did I say 30 months? We're not looking 10 years from now. We're just living in the here and now, and we do things, and we don't understand how it's going to affect our next 4 months, 5 months, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and especially when it's children involved. And it's just like, no, we don't have to learn even though we're meant to learn. We don't have to learn everything. You know what I'm saying? We're just really making our life harder, and we ain't got to live like that. We ain't got to live like that. We ain't got to do, we just ain't got to. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ken. I know a family who moved around with their kids to different states in the country. Their kids were homeschooled a few years, and they did it. They sold their house. Listen, that's what I'm telling you. If I go as in a collective, as what we're all paying rent somewhere else, if I can go get that for 1,200, and that's big and decent, imagine if I had the children chip in. Man, we would have like mini mansions in these other countries. You see what I'm saying? Like, is it just me, or is it just sounding like a win-win? I mean, I'm just calling a thing a thing. She is too old. She's in her 30s. Yeah, I don't like the fact she won't sacrifice for her children. That's why some black people will always be poor. The land can grow crops and much more. Keeping it in the family and own something. Well, the land can grow crops, but you gotta pay somebody for. I came from a farm, hon. I was raised on a farm, so I understand what it costs to run a farm. It's not just as easy as having land and having this. Everything has to be maintenance. So what? You want my 80-year-old mother to get out there and maintenance all the properties and all the land and cut the grass and. These are things you have to think about. Yeah, the farm, but do you think about when things go wrong on the farm and the animals are sick and this is the sick? Do you know how much it costs to fix a horse, a cow, the lawnmower, to rebuild the barn, to pay somebody to pick the crops? Are we thinking about that? I had my first child in my early mid-20s, and I sacrificed to reassure my daughter had it. I sacrificed. That's why I chose the streets. Not only did I work, Granny was in the streets hustling. I regret nothing. I regret nothing at all. Never used my body, was never in the house. I regret nothing at all. Meaningless shopping for myself, fixing my hair at home instead of beauty shop, etc. Only thing I did, I just didn't want none of us to sacrifice. So to me, that was the answer. Just because I had children young and whatever it was, I wasn't gonna be. I just wasn't gonna be. I just was not gonna be. That just was not fair, and I just wasn't gonna be. Mm-mm. You know, Jesus isn't proud of you for even wasting your time right now. It's not fair or easy. That's all I'm saying. And I like your content. Keep up the good work. No, we take all this into consideration. We take everything into consideration. But this is what happens when you get old and have properties, and even decisions like that will have to be made. You know, no matter how financially stable you are, whatever it is, you know, when you get older, you just, yeah, it's just a lot. I don't know. As I'm trying to tell my children, get your house while you can, while I'm still able to work for it. Since you don't want nothing else, you leave that with them. Let them do whatever with it, and you pick where you're gonna go. That's all. You know what we doing here. Fact, don't even. They're not even worth our conversation. That's not even worth a conversation to us. All they do, them stupid comments like that, they just keep me in the algorithm. They just push it so another person will see the video or something like that. So we all know I'm a woman. You know, a lot of people have seen my children, my grandchildren, seen me pregnant. I mean, like, I don't, you know, whatever. So if that's what you have to say, if you're basing it on my voice, whatever you're doing, immature. I've been around the world enough. I don't start dumb conversations. Um, I'm not a dumb. So just to even take time to say those dumb things to me, you just kind of make yourself look like, you couldn't even stand by me. And not I'm the best of the best, because I'm not. But I'm just not going to allow myself to even indulge in just trivial. Life is too real. There's too many other things going on out there. Oh, so listen, y'all. Where's my other phone? So I'm supposed to be going to the movies. My kids rented the theater out for me. And I'm like, you know what? If you're going to do it, do it. Now, I want to see, there's two other movies I want to go see other than this movie. And let me check the time. Like, that's really, I don't know. Like, last night, like, I was running through the movies and I'm like, man, is that just like, do I just want to make it a movie day? But then when I just sit down and go to one of the other parts of the house, I'm like, I could kind of just do that here. But it's better at the movies. That's one of those desperate conversations. And I have other things I gotta do, so I gotta figure out if I can fit these. I gotta see what time these other two movies play to see if I can even make it happen. Alright. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. What it is, what it is. Okay, so that one is 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. So that means I'd be there till about 11. So then when I fit the other one in, that one's at 4. Will I be able to do that? See, the only thing, if I do this, I'm literally going to be like stuck at this movie theater all day. what movies are playing. Tron, Good Fortune. Hold on, let me start getting. Chainsaw Man, Springsteen, Black Phone, Regretting You, Good Fortune, Tron, Shelby Oaks, Roof Man. Remind me of Shelby Oaks. I might just go see that now. That's why I told my daughter, I'm like, no, don't go rent anything because I don't really know what I want to do yet. Soul on Fire, Roof Man, One Battle After Another, Paranorman. I don't know why I want to see that weird little cartoon. I don't even like cartoon movies, but I don't know why I want to see that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Hold on. What is this about? Like around the holidays, I would like open up my viewing preference, shall I say. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Yeah, I just don't know if I can devote myself. That's the thing. So listen, this is what I think I'm going to do. This is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to see the 9 o'clock movie for sure. And I think I'm going to change, since I already rented out the theater, I'm going to see maybe if they could just change the movie. Because they got it, so I'm watching that Tron, but I don't know if I'm going to like that. I want to go see it with you, and we can make our own movie after. Hold on, let me listen to the trailer, y'all. Yeah, I just don't know if I'm gonna like that. This is something like you go take like a homeboy or a homegirl with. Like I don't even think a girl would want to see this. I mean, not that it's bad, but it's kind of like something like if you were to see like with a family or you know what I mean. Hmm. Let me see what that other movie looks like. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Like, don't pick for me. What did I say that other movie was called? Then if I do it like that, if they'll change one movie for me, then I'll just see. Then I don't have to see three movies. Just see the one I want to see. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to see that Tron. Let me see what Shelby Oaks is about. What? What? Oh, that's a trailer? That's how they're getting down? That's crazy. Not in the beginning. I know what I'm going to see. Listen. Yeah, that's what I'm going to see. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask them. I want to see that Predator Badlands too. That's more of like a. I could watch it by myself, but I'd rather watch it with my family. Yes, so that's what I'm gonna do. How do I get back there? Hold on. That Shelby Oaks looks good. Yeah, I gotta make a decision because I gotta be there in a minute. I ain't even combing my hair. Well, I combed it, but I'm going just like this. Like a wild woman. Come on now. I'm not finna let anything distract me. I am going to watch this movie. I'm telling you, I really want to watch 3, but I just don't have time. It just ain't gonna work out. Cause I gotta do other stuff in between. That black phone, I was supposed to see that. That looks like trash. Alright, so let me see. Alright, let me do the math in my head by the time. So if I see that then. Excuse me. Whew. I should have got up earlier. Dang. They said how long that movie is. What is making me sneeze? We still trying to find a way to sneak 3 movies in. This one's 2 hours. I don't know. I'm going in 3 different directions. Let me see. Oh my gosh, my allergies. It's just coming out of nowhere. Mm. I can't breathe like this. No wonder I'm in the wrong movie theater. Gosh darn it. Alright, come on now. Ooh, I'm so congested all of a sudden. I can't even think. You know why? Because I had that back door open. I was out there playing around in them stupid plants. Oof. I can't breathe at all right now. Just like in a matter of 5 minutes, I don't even see that. Oof. Alright. That's at that time. That's how long. Let's try it again. 91 minutes. Okay. So I can be done with that. Okay. What time does the next one start? So that gives me 3 hours. What the heck am I going to do for 3 hours? Way on that side of town. That's what I'm saying. Gotta make sense or I'm not doing it. Ooh, I can't breathe. Yeah, I gotta go. I can't breathe. My allergies are bad. I gotta get the steamer. Can't even breathe, y'all. I am miserable. Ooh, this is crazy. Where's the